The big political story in Australia at the moment is the government's carbon tax plan. Over the school holidays, they finally announced it, and we've heard lots from politicians about whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. Either way, it's a big deal and it'll affect everyone in the country in some way or another. So let's find out all about it. Here's Tash.
Not again! Can you just leave me alone?
Well, it would be good when people think about it.
I'm sick of hearing about this carbon tax. I don't even know what it is.
For a long time, we've been bombarded with jargon and new phrases to do with the climate change debate. It's easy to see why some people choose to tune out. But after lots of talk, a decision's been made. So let's shed some light on what's happening. Australia releases millions of tonnes of pollution, also known as greenhouse gases, into the air each year. In this pollution is carbon dioxide. And too much of it can be bad for the environment. So how do you stop big businesses from polluting the air? The government thinks the best way is to make them pay. Imagine this girl is running a company that produces greenhouse gases. So let's say for the pollution she puts into the air, she'll have to pay around $100. On the other side of town is another company that produces a lot more pollution. He'll have to cough up around $850.
$850? Oh, we'll have to look at reducing our emissions for next year.
And that's exactly what the government wants businesses to do. It's hoping they'll start thinking about reducing emissions so they don't have to pay a big bill. The government reckons it'll make a big difference and predicts that by 2020, emissions will be reduced, equivalent to taking 45 million cars off the road. But it's not just the worst polluting companies that will be affected, it's us too. That's because some companies plan to bump up their prices to pay for the new bills. So things like gas and electricity and even the cost of groceries will get more expensive. The government's money guys think a loaf of bread will go up by around 2 cents, milk about 3 cents and beef around 7. To help us pay for all that, the government will take less tax out of people's pay packets.
About why the government is putting a price on.
But many people are unhappy with the carbon tax.
This is an attack on aspiration. This is an attack on the aspirational classes of our country.
The opposition reckons it's not a good idea because it will drive up prices. The extra pressure on businesses means that jobs could be lost. And the opposition also says there's no guarantee that the carbon tax plan will make any difference to the environment. Although the plan won't kick in until July next year, get used to hearing about it because the carbon tax debate isn't going away anytime soon.